Good morning, East Castle Place. How's everybody doing? Alright, well, welcome to this edition of Coffee with Tyler. In the middle of February, can't believe we're already halfway through it. Hope you have your favorite cup of coffee, soft drink, cup of joe. Join me in the first sip. Alright, so, COVID-19. Where are we at? Well, currently, we're doing well as a community. Again, thank you for your continued efforts and compliance with the masking and social distancing and adhering to some of the protocols we have in place. As we tape this, we currently have no active COVID-19 cases in the community across the campus, from our healthcare to our independent living to all of our staff. Our staff and residents continue to get tested twice per week, and again, those results continue to be favorable. You also see the results for the state of Wisconsin, and we're trending in the right direction. Now, I do know that along with that, there is some reduced testing. However, the focus has been on the vaccine. And so, again, that's great news for the state of Wisconsin and, of course, for here at East Castle Place. So, 2 weeks ago, you know that many of you watching this received your first dose of the Moderna vaccine. Many of our staff members, as well as our health center, assisted living, and memory support residents, received their second dose. And so upcoming on March 3rd, you have the opportunity to receive your second dose of the Moderna vaccine. Again, roughly 98 to 99% of the residents here at East Castle Place have or will have received their full utilization of the doses after March 3rd. Leading up to that, of course, we have some paperwork that we're going to be collecting. So tomorrow, you will receive, or as you're watching this today, you will receive a memo similar to the one you received last week, kind of laying out those time frames that Teresa and Maureen will be collecting those consent forms. I do hope for a little bit smoother process in getting the consents. I'll also be working with Teresa and Maureen and look for that memo next week on how we're going to better delineate the floors so that we don't have kind of the bottlenecks that we had on February 3rd. Now, it will take all of us. I do ask that when those time frames are put out for you, that will be in writing. We're looking at doing it by floor. Again, your patience and understanding, but again, do not come a half hour before your scheduled time. Do not come 10 minutes before your scheduled time. I've been assured by CVS Pharmacy they will have plenty of doses for us here at East Castle Place and for you. So again, if your time starts at 1 o'clock, please do not come at 12:30. Come at 1 o'clock. If your time is at 1:30, please do not come at 1:15. Come at 1:30. This will help alleviate those bottlenecks that we have. We will work closely and diligently with our partner, CVS, when they arrive. The clinic will take place again in Lindsay Hall. And again, we will do our best to make this as smooth as possible. But I am asking for your adherence and your, practice, compliance with the times that are designated. It's going to help the flow for everybody. It's going to help the flow for CVS. It's going to help the flow for you. And again, I think if we all do this, we'll have a little bit easier and smoother of a time as opposed to the last time. I'm not saying it's going to be perfect. We're going to be administering close to 150 doses of the Moderna vaccine in the course of a 5-hour time frame, but I know it's going to be doable. And so again, I ask for your help and assistance in that. When the memos come out, if you have questions, of course, feel free to leave. Let me know, let Teresa know, Maureen, and we'll walk through this with you. So again, March 3rd, tentatively, starting around 12:30, 1 o'clock, mark your calendars. That's when the first group will go, all the way through 5 o'clock. If the time frames do not work for you, of course, we'll be flexible and work with you. But again, as closely to those time frames as we can adhere to, I promise you these social distancing and pieces that we need to do will go smoother. Again, just because you come down and you are not called right away, again, I ask for your patience. We're working with CVS. We will get you vaccinated, and again, your assistance is needed. Also related to COVID-19, we are starting internally to do some small groups. Again, a staff member will be present. Masks are going to be required. We're going to be socially distancing to the best of our abilities. So again, that includes some small exercise programs, the aqua aerobics, of course. We have the ecumenical services, which again is Ash Wednesday as I'm taping this today, Catholic Mass, and some of the smaller groups. Resident Council will remain on Zoom for this month, and then next month we'll look to get back to Lindsay Hall. And then of course the dining room is the next big piece. We are holding off on that until March 15th. More details of that will come. Again, restrictions will remain in place, social distancing practices, reservations, so on and so forth, but a much more detailed, focused memo will be coming in March regarding the dining room. Continue to order your food, continue to place those orders, provide us feedback on the food and beverage staff. We always appreciate that. Your food and beverage committee is working hard along with Carlos and the rest of the team in the back of the house kitchen to provide those meals as satisfactorily as possible. So that's the COVID-19 update. Continue to look for your memos. Those will be distributed on Thursday. Internal visits at this time are still on pause for independent living. We are having supervised visits for our skilled nursing residents and assisted living, and that is due to some state guidance that we have received and have an approved process for. Again, we're close. I thank you for your patience. Stay strong. Your resilience is incredible. The engagement that you've had over the course of the last 11 months has been unprecedented. So I just, again, continue to marvel, and I'm thankful to be a part of East Castle Place, to be a part of being alongside you through this journey that we'll continue to walk through. I don't want the update, although positive, to speak to, oh, Tyler's thinking or COVID is ending. It's not. You've seen the news. I've seen the news. These masks, again, you saw the CDC suggestions. I know there's a video out there too that was shared by a resident regarding some kind of do-it-yourself rubber bands to make the seal tighter for you. Masks are going to be continued. They're going to be with us for the near and most likely long-term future until we really feel confident in guidance with the CDC and local health departments on when those potentially can start to be optional. I do not see that happening even after the second dose. So again, continue to look for updates, continue to remain vigilant in your fight against COVID-19. It is a threat. I again urge you, if you have any symptoms or any illness, to let Teresa know, let our nursing team know. We'll follow up with you. Of course, first and foremost, your primary care physician should be contacted. So again, we'll get through this, but again, it's because of you and your diligence. The threat is real. That is not gone. Even though our numbers are good here at the community, Wisconsin seems to be trending in the right direction. Vaccines are rolling out. COVID-19 is a threat. So please, please, please remain diligent and vigilant in your efforts. Oh, all right. So that's a lot to take in. Needed to wet my whistle. If you didn't know, we had a little snow on Monday and Tuesday. About 6 inches. Credit to our maintenance team for trying to keep up with it. The piles are as high as I've seen them since my time here at East Castle Place. I'm sure you can remember a time where the piles were higher or just as high, but also the bitter cold. And so again, we joked yesterday in a team meeting, we have a heat wave coming, but again, that's not to say that we can't take precautions. So for those of you that are walking your pets outside, please continue to wear your scarves, wear your appropriate mittens, mitigate your time outside. There are slick spots. Our team is working the best to mitigate those. Again, if you see a slick spot or you see an area that has been plowed back in, let us know. Our maintenance team, again, to their credit, this winter has been, although it started off pretty balmy and pretty non-eventful, over the last 30 to 45 days, we now have piles that are taller than I am. So please do remain mindful of that. And again, if you see one of our team members, feel free to give them a pat on the back, as I encourage you to give everybody a pat on the back. This week we are celebrating, it's a Random Acts of Kindness week, and so I want to encourage you to take part in that. Random Acts of Kindness is actually a national movement. It's as simple as holding a door open for somebody and giving them a smile, all the way to paying for somebody's Starbucks ahead of them to brighten their day. So our staff, with Jed McEwen's leadership, is working through various initiatives to just show random acts of kindness that we should always be doing, but a special focus this week, and I want you to take part in that. So again, if you see a staff member, feel free to drop them a note, just saying thank you for their hard work. Continue to drop a note at your neighbor's door, encouraging them, saying hi, giving them kudos, what have you. And again, if you're out and about with transportation and your neighbor needs something, maybe just pick that up for them. So again, a random act of kindness is the focus this week, and of course we'll carry that into the future. But again, that's kind of our culture here at East Castle Place, but it's fun to kind of think differently around it. Lastly, I know I've had a number of questions, concerns relating to Channel 955, Channel 956. Whether that's from audio going in and out, no captions, the various programming not on right at the right times, or not at all. I'm meeting with Laura and her team to understand what hiccups we've had. We have a meeting scheduled with Touchtown to go through the hiccups that we've had. Again, they seem to be more prevalent as of late. Thank you for those of you that have mentioned them to me. It is our goal to make this a very viable and consistent programming station that you can tune into. Well into the next year. This is a focus that we'll have for technology and embracing that. So again, thank you for those questions. Do know we will be addressing those. Laura and I and her team are meeting on Friday, and hopefully this program has gone off without a hiccup. But again, always appreciate that feedback to Laura and myself. Lastly, the marketing team, along with Teresa, have been going through and updating contact information, or emergency contact information, as well as making sure we know that your wills and your estates are updated as far as if you have a refund that's owed to you. I know that there's been a lot of questions. I think Anna and Teresa have been fielding those. Again, this is just an effort to make sure we have the most current information. We know this changes throughout the time. Some of you have been here for over 10 years. Some things may have changed during that 10 years and maybe have gotten lost in the shuffle or haven't been updated. So again, that's where we want your assistance. Continue to ask those questions. I can be available as well. Again, the emergency contact and the estate, essentially planning, for lack of a better term, for East Castle Place on where your 90 or 70 or 50% refund would go once you leave East Castle Place. Alright, I think that's it. It's a pretty brief update today. I appreciate everybody tuning in. As always, if there's any questions or concerns, you can always reach out to me. My door is always open for you. I will do my best in getting back to you as soon as I can, along with the rest of the directors. That's what we're here for. So again, as always, your thoughts, your initiatives, your engagement is always vital, always appreciated. And again, you have a fantastic resident council that I'm working with hand in hand to move forward with some of these initiatives. As always, please stay strong, stay vigilant, stay optimistic. We'll get through this together. Stay ECP strong. with that, I'm going to sign off with a sip. Enjoy that heat wave that I'm hoping we have. Stay warm, and as always, stay great. All right, take care, East Castle. We'll see you next time.